go, you make a mistake, you learn from it, you succeed, and you keep moving forward. So, the journey for me personally, I love the journey, and I love being curious. And those of you who are curious, figure out what it takes to become a better financial, fiscally responsible individual, so you can be comfortable, as you go on in life. As you know, we ain't getting any older. Now, I look young because of moisturizer, but other than that, trust me, I feel it in my bones. The body's still the age it is.
Every morning.
Yeah.
I want to use. Yes. I want to address this quickly. This is excellent. My best friend is about to get married in July, and she doesn't know how much he makes. He knows what she makes. He doesn't want to share that information with her.
Okay. Wow.
I'm screaming prenup.
Wow.
Prenup,
wow.
Stephanie, let her know. Don't do it, girl. Don't do it.
Okay. Yeah. No. This is why we're here. This is a perfect example. All right. Look at this. He knows how much she makes. Why will he not divulge that information? What does that tell you?
She's a sugar mama.
Sugar. What diet? What? Come on. So the thing is, the thing is that why was she open enough to show him what he makes? That's being vulnerable. That's being intimate. We're talking about financial intimacy, right? Because we have this whole thing about what money is. Something in America, we don't talk about money. Don't talk about how much you make, and blah 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 blah. And we do that. This is the key for that relationship about. I show you what I'm making because you're my man and we're going to share our lives together. And if he can't do that, here's what I'm going to say to you. Also, what I'm going to say, red flag, wave it, and keep an eye on that, because I don't know if there's more to come with that. Yeah. If he's not able to do that, then what is else he's not able to do? So just something to be mindful for. That's big.
I know we talk about this. Get a what do you call credit report? He's a
car salesman, and she thinks he either secretly.
Oh, come on!
He's a millionaire or he's broke. Run, baby, run! Right? Oh, these are some of the response. Okay.
No. But the thing is this. You often talk about. And at the beginning, I thought he was a little crazy when he's like, we'll do a credit report and exchange that with one another. Now, we just met this couple this past weekend, and he was telling me that his second marriage, because now he's on his third, the second wife did not want to make it legal. They went and they got the license. I was going to say business license. They got the marriage license, but they didn't have it recorded because he told her that he was in $100,000 debt with the IRS. And so she said, I'm not taking that on. So she chose not to really make their marriage legal. Now, I'm thinking that she was a very smart woman, because that's a huge debt, especially with the IRS. And unless he is financially responsible to pay it off, that's just going to put a dent in their relationship and in their life. And so 4 years later, they're divorced. So I do believe. What do you think, Mr. Oda?
It's something to think about. Boy, those. Think about the red flags. If someone's bringing in and the story where the woman they're getting married and she had $120,000 debt because of college, and he told her that, and he said no, thank you. Mm-hmm. Done with the marriage. If you bring that, if you're honest, at least bring it up and let them make the choice on what they would need to do to make them comfortable. It's a tough decision. It really is. It's not easy. So it's something to think about, but as long as you take care of your side of the fence, then there's nothing that, how can I say this? Nothing that you can't look over your shoulder and doubt yourself.
Right. And you're correct, Robin. If he doesn't have as much to bring to the relationship as I do, he needs to have more, and it's not about, being, this is another one. It's not about being a gold digger, because I was asked what percentage of women are gold diggers. That's not what we're talking about here. 5?
No, me. I'm still shifting to the sift. Go ahead. Oh, there's the gold. Oh, excuse us.
Right. Yeah. So, it's not about being a gold digger. It depending on how old you are and where you're at in your life, it is very, very important that the person that you're sharing the rest of your life with has if not the same as you do, have more, because you know, you get to a point that you no longer want to struggle.
Yeah, but trust me, 6-pack is nice when you're 25, but FICO score is better when you get older.
Yes.
It is.
That 800 plus.
800 plus FICO score is nice. Okay. So we talk about, so we have this money talk, and the question is, you know, the money conversation. What if, when we talk about, what if a partner is in debt or has poor credit, and what's the plan to pay it off or improve the score? Do you hang on, or do you continue? You know, and that's up to you. Is he willing to make the necessary sacrifice to do that? Because you're going to have to sacrifice if you're going to pay off $100,000, $200,000.
Yeah. Now, this is a good one. Lisa, I am completely with you. This is what I believe, that, you know, the woman's money is her money and the man's money is her money.
She said that?
This works great and has worked for me very, very well.
I see a lot of smiles out there. It's like, yeah.
Hi, Alina.
Yeah.
Hi. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. I'm here to let every queen know that you're the queen, and don't you ever forget it. Once you know you're the queen, there's no way in the universe men treat you differently. Honest to God, it's all in our mind. And we are the queen. We know that. We should know that. Every one of us, no exception. There's no exception. We are a miracle. I mean, God brought us to the world, and we are the queen. And think about that all the time. You're the queen. I don't mean in a, you know, yeah, I'm a queen. No, not way, humble way, but you know your value. You're the queen, and they treat you like a queen. Once you know it, you feel it, it's done, it's over, I swear it. Queen, please know that you are the queen, all of you, everyone, no exception. That's my message.
I'm gonna piggyback that. It's very important. Okay, when women are dating and they start hemming and hawing and being nice, this is where the men come and they go. And they go, what? And she goes, well, I don't. Well, she had to figure out when she started making, right, not demands, but she started making what she wanted. Yeah, about, he said, no, this is what I want. I want a man, I want a husband, you know, I'm gonna give myself X amount of time, you know, and I want this and this. Then they started to stay attached, like it just said, because she was the queen. She had the whole mindset that I am worth it, but time is of essence of me. So I'm not going to play the game. I'm going to set my requirements. I'm going to set what I want, and I'm going to let you know. Now, if you like it, great, give it a shot. If you don't, next down the line. So that's very important about what you said.
Yep, absolutely. Know your worth, ladies.
Yeah, know your worth. I'm telling you. I've done enough couples. I'm like, woo! Yeah, we had to change a lot of mindsets. Okay.
Okay, so
this is Queen Stephanie right now.
Her Majesty.
Yes, and I had internet problems, and you may have gone over this before, but did you go over like communication strategies to get from point A to point B, or did I just miss it, or am I going to just have to catch it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's our 7th step. Okay, Stephanie, how much longer do we
have? 9 minutes.
Are you kidding us?
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
no, we started at what, 5:15 to like what, 6:15, Tanya?
Well, because Tanya did a lot of talking too.
Okay, I knew you were gonna say that. Okay,
Okay, so
all right.
We already covered client
So
story.
it's 5:51 now.
Okay, and then we talked about limiting beliefs about money.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did that. Fixed
All right.
mindsets.
All right. So let's talk about the 7 steps. This is what Stephanie was asking. So, and you're also going to get a handout that it does have the 7 steps, and it also has 3 questions at the end, which is great questions for you to go over them with your partner. Okay. So, there are 7-step system, and it's important for you to go through each step as they are written instead of jumping around, because this is how you're going to get the most success. Now, this is something that we teach. We give this to all of our couples, and we work with each and every one of them through the 7 steps in order for them to be able to, achieve what they're looking for in the relationship. And I guarantee you, if you do this, should I not guarantee it? Within 6 months, you will definitely see a shift. But remember, the shift starts with you. Okay, so let's do it. Awareness.
Well,
Very, just got,
okay, here we're gonna keep it short and sweet. Awareness, being understanding of what the problem is and what you're trying to change. If you're not aware of it, you're not conscious of it, then you are unable to change it. It's that simple.
be aware
Okay?
that, yeah, that money and you might not have
So
the
be
best
aware of the money,
relationship.
be aware of the money issue, why it's an issue, where did it come from, right? Now we can do something about it because now we see it, all right? 2, now let's understand where it comes from. Let's understand how it got there. Let's have some understanding about what we need to do to change it. Okay, that's the whole thing. Because how you got there, it may not be a pretty picture.
Right, and remember, that's all about childhood. That's how money was presented to you in childhood.
Okay, so then we go to the 3rd stage, which is acceptance. Accepting the decisions you made may not have been beneficial, but that's what you did at that time. There's no reason to beat yourself up anymore. There's no reason to blame, shame, or criticize yourself. Just accept the fact this is what I did at the time because this is what I knew. But now, because I have more insight and more understanding and awareness around it, I can now do something different. And it's okay. It's just part of being human. Okay. So then we have the value shift. Now that you have all the information, you understand it, you have awareness around it, and you accepted it, now we can start shifting. Now we can start doing the things we do to have something different, right? A different belief system, right? A different attitude, a different way of looking at it, so we can, as individuals, make the necessary changes to make the decisions that benefit us. It's all about what are we getting out of it, and does it make our life better? Does it enhance my life? So then we go to number 5.
And then I have a question, Michael. What if you get stuck on a certain level? Like, how do you move from one phase to the next? Somebody asked.
You got to give me a call.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of hard. Well,
Yeah.
besides what we're giving you, it's kind of hard for you to decipher it yourself, and especially if you do not know.
Yeah.
Just because sometimes you understand and you're aware of it, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the root cause. It could just be superficial, but not deep down, not in your subconscious level.
And here's the thing too, this is intellectual, by the way. So we're doing things like a self-help book. You can read it, but that's here. It's got to be from the heart, and we have to have that visceral change to go, okay, so that's what that is. I even feel it in my bones.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the 5th one is believing what you are now changing, believing that you're making the change that's going to benefit you.
And Tanya, this is where mindset comes in. Once you believe it, then your mindset has already started to shift. And all you have to continue to do is continue to visualize what is it that you want, the end goal. Really, that's really what it is. That's what mindset's all about. What is the end goal? How do I get there and stay positive every step of the way?
And now the 6th step is application, to apply everything you've learned in the previous 5 steps. Now there's application, right? We're doing the work, we're applying it. It's 3-dimensional, and now the change starts to happen.
Right. And also remember, if it doesn't happen every day, don't beat yourself up for it, because this has been the old you for how many years? 30, 40, 50 years. So now give the new you a try. So yes, today you did very well, and tomorrow you might slip back, but remember, stay focused, stay on track, and then the next day is going to be better. I'm all about visualizing what I want to achieve and my goals. So I have a vision board, and there's days like I have different pictures, different saying. So that's how I stay motivated, and that's how my mindset stays pretty much on track. So
Tanya asked, were there ways to change your mindset? Like you mentioned the visioning. Are there other tactics?
Well,
you can use?
I'm all about journaling as well. So this is what we teach. I mean, when I work with the clients, this is what I suggest. Some people don't like writing. Some people are more visual. Start cutting out pictures, cut out pictures of you in a situation that had made you happy. Also pictures of someone else that you see, that you admire, that you have, even if it's, a lot of people are, Oprah, let's just say, they see themselves like wanting what Oprah has. Is it the relationship with the man? Is it the money? Or is it, the peace of mind? Because sometimes, I would say all the time, a peace of mind is completely a game changer, even if you don't have Oprah money. So you should do with your spouse. The change of mindset.
Absolutely.
Oh, shoot. Wait, we
Uh-oh.
didn't do it. Hold on, guys.
Number 7?
Oh, geez. Did we do number 7? Yeah.
No, we
No?
haven't done number 7. No,
Oh,
not-
that's because I was reading.
transformation.
That's the transformation.
Yeah. Now you applied all the tools, right? All the beliefs and everything you needed to do to get up to this point. Now you're turning into a different person. All right. The person who's created new habits, new beliefs, new values in order to make the changes you need in the world that are beneficial to you. Okay. So this 7-step system, or this step can be used with couples, right? It takes time, right? But just like anything, go from A to B to C to D, and it's some steps will take longer before you get to E. So don't worry about that.
Okay, so Tanya says we have more time to elaborate. Should you do the vision board with your spouse that pertains to money? Absolutely. I absolutely suggest that you do. Actually, we did a vision board for our business, and I did a vision board, a personal vision board. One of the exercises that we did is I asked Michael, write down, like, let's say how much money we want to make in the business this year. And then I wrote down how much I wanted to make. And we were like about $100,000 off. However,
Whoops.
one of us is not thinking big enough, but we were able to come to an understanding, and did other exercises to realize, so we're being very safe in what we want to be able to achieve this year. I mean, we don't want to make 5 million when we haven't made that in the past or anything close to that. So you have to stay, thank you, Ms. Ara. We have to stay very focused, be realistic in what you want to do. And if your goal is, like, let's just say to work on your 401k, and you want to be able to put in, 20% of your earnings to the 401k, and for some reason you can't do 40, but you could do 10, do whatever you can. But don't not do it because it's not how much you could do it, and start increasing it. I mean, that's something that we did with Michael's 401k. We started increasing, the, what do you call it? The shares, is that what you call it? The percentage. We started increasing it, and every year or like every 6 months we were revisiting it. And then we, started doing a little bit more. Yes, that is, make SMART goals. Absolutely. I know about that SMART goals. Yeah, but absolutely do that. Now, the retirement fund. Okay, so what do you suggest for women whose husbands won't share the financial information, i.e. how much money is in the retirement plan, life insurance, etc.? This is huge, huge. And I'll tell you why. This is so important. This is why the husbands should be here, because if something was to happen to them, what's going to happen to you in the family? And we have just, and especially with COVID and all the things that are happening, and not only COVID, we've had very close friends of ours that have passed away. And we even had a client that the wife had no idea about anything to do with finances. And when he passed away, she couldn't even figure out how to write a check, what money they owed. She couldn't even figure out what kind of money they had. So she went 18 months in probate court trying to get to the money. And the fact that one of the things that really helped her is that she went to the bank and she told them what was happening, and she took the death certificate. And at the bank, the girl was very nice and helped her and told her, okay, I cannot give you the money, but this is how you could go about getting it. So that's one of the reasons, that you do want to be able to speak to your significant other about the finances. And, it's not, or sometimes, this is what I believe, that sometimes they think if then you're going to want to spend it. And that's not the case, but we should know, because you don't know what could happen. I mean, we could be sitting here today and tomorrow, gone.
Okay.
Oh, wait, okay.
Well, there's a question, what is a good debt ratio? Well, look, records indicate that 35% or less is generally viewed as favorable. So 35% debt ratio. I want to piggyback what Stephanie said, how to communicate the talk, because this woman, husband, she doesn't know. So what do you do? Because here's the thing about people don't talk about it because it becomes real. We think physical intimacy is intimate. No, financial intimacy, well, I'm telling you, that is no joke. We forget about that. You know, if you're going to share your bodies, your heart, your soul with a human being, why don't we share our financials, right? So just in case of emergencies. Okay, so how do you go about that? You know, you got to think about the other individual, and you got to kind of bring it in gently. You know, you don't force it. You got to be there's ways to do that where the other person isn't threatened.
Yeah, so I think a good way to do it is to sit down and say, you know, what are our financial goals? Like, depending on how old you are, I'm thinking that may be something that Tanya teaches. You know, where do you want to see yourself in 5 years? Where do you want to see yourself in 3 years? What about 18 months? You know, do one of you guys like to vacation and the other one doesn't? Well, how do we come to a happy medium? Or do you vacation on your own? You know, so there's so many different things that you could do that could actually, that do work. What I don't think works, and correct me if you must, is, you know, to strong arm them. It's like,
no, it never works.
Yeah, it never works to force them. Oh, another thing we are giving you, ladies and gentlemen, is called, it's the needs sheet, which is what we use for with our clients. So what needs are not being met in the moment. So when you discuss finances, you know, what needs are not being met?
Well, yeah, and here's an example: a need for reassurance, right? A need for, a need for
emotional safety.
Emotional safety. I want to know that I'm okay. If I don't know what's going on, where do I stand? And that's really touchy. When I read this, I'm going, wow. Why doesn't the man want to protect the woman he's married to? Or so what does that mean?
Yeah, and I like what Jackie did. It says, my wife and I wrote down the vision as a contract that will sign, that we sign from start to finish. Our daughter signed as witness, which I love that idea, because that's also making your daughter fiscally responsible. I love that idea. And then the vision is to save a certain amount for a particular in a particular time frame. This is what we did. We do this at the beginning of the year. We sit down and it's like, okay, where are we going on vacation? And then Michael breaks it down. This is how much we have to save every month. You know, this is what you have to give up. He's always going to Starbucks, trying to hit me like where it hurts the most. And so, you know, but then at the end is I'm excited because we're going on vacation, and you don't have to worry about putting it on your credit cards or stressing about if you're going to have it or not. So I love what you did, Jackie. For the single ladies, it's important to have these tough money conversation before you get married. Absolutely. Beautiful. I would not even move in with someone unless I know that they're fiscally responsible. And here it is. One of you, if both of you are spending money, you know, or both of you do not know how to handle money, what's going to happen?
That's a disaster.
That's a disaster in the making. So the one that's the most responsible should be the one that would start guiding the boat. I'm not saying she'd be the one that is on top of the money or keeps the money away from the other one. I don't think that's a good idea at all. And also, if we really think about it, ladies, we could find out if we really wanted to. You know, we're super receptive.
Well, we got a couple of people who need to find out. I mean, one thing that touched the nerve with me is a woman whose husband she doesn't know. You know, to me, that's that's disturbing, because what about her? I'm like, you know, how do you protect yourself? Because then Stephanie asked about, well, how do you communicate that? And so you got to be really delicate in how you approach it, because, you know, honey, why are you not informing me about what we have? Why don't I know this? So there's a way you can talk to somebody to put their defenses down, because he may be embarrassed. You know, he may be embarrassed about money. He may be embarrassed about some past spending habits.
So what I like, the idea that I like the most, at the end of the worksheet that I am going to put it in the link once I figure out how to pick it up from here. So once I stop sharing, I'll do it. The last three questions that we asked are very simple, but yet very powerful questions. I would say, you know, sit down, say, you know what, I just went through this relationship with money talk. And what do you think about this? You
Yeah,
know,
what do you think
and
about
so, yeah, what do you think about it? Or, you know, would you be willing? Oh, that always gets
Would
them.
you be willing?
When you say, would you be willing to, you know,
Mhm.
to do this, this, and that, that works really well. And then also, if he was to say, you know what, I don't want to talk about this, this is, you know, BS or whatever, say, you know, let's talk about the needs, and don't show him the list, because that it's not going to work, because he's going to think, oh, well, they're checking me off. But say, you know, what is it? Is it maybe a need for understanding, a need for trust? So once you start asking about the needs, then he's going to reply. And if it doesn't work that day, give it a rest.
I'm going to bottom line it.
Oh
Here
boy.
it is.
Oh boy.
He's getting a need met, but he doesn't know
Absolutely.
what that is yet until you verbalize it. We don't do something in life unless we don't do anything in life unless we're getting a need met. Like the need here is to contribute to the class, right? And Miss Mackey's need to contribute to the world and help people be financially, you know, to contribute. That's her need for contribution. You know, our need for understanding. So that person who's not willing to give up the information about the, you know, the financials in the home, he's meeting a need. So that tells me he's guarding something that is important to him and doesn't want to share because there's a control, something with it, something. But we got to find out what that is. Okay, so and I wish that person well, you know. Yeah, if we can help you, let us know.
And I was just gonna say, and we're always available.
No, I have hair appointments.
You
on
do have your
Thursday.
hair appointment, AKA he goes golfing.
Not always.
So, but you can send us an email, you could text us. If you have a quick question, we would be more than glad to jump on with you. We also offer a free consultation. So if you have any questions after, you know, this event or something that you think about and you're like, okay, you know what, let me clear this up. Let me just see what their feedback is. Please do not.
Yeah, because boy, that's a tough situation.
Okay, so, oh, how did Era get our presentation? Boy, she's such a spy. We're gonna have to be on the lookout for Miss, wow. Okay, so she shared with us. So is there any question that we could help you now before Stephanie turns us off?
Pulls the plug.
I know.
You guys, time is excellent. Ladies, this is your chance to ask the questions. You know, it is so important that you have these conversations with your spouse. Again, it's a lot better when you're not married and they're really in love.
Oh,
And they'll do almost whatever you want.
Right.
But they will definitely want to do that. And it's so important. I mean, they're validating what we're saying about setting goals and the importance of a spending account and all the things that you're learning at Women Worthy of Wealth. So this is your chance. Ask those questions. You guys ask me in our private sessions. These are the experts. So ask them.
I just have a quick comment. I so appreciate the fact that we know that we're queens and we deserve to be treated as such. What I feel is it needs to have a little more attention is that the men are kings and they should have queens that are supportive of them. No king wants to have a queen who is just a load on him. She should be beside him like this lady is beside her queen, her king, and be able, if he falters, to be able to keep everything going until he's able to stand tall again and move forward. So it's important that the queen has her own substance to add to what the king is bringing to the castle.
Yeah, but the only way you're going to be able to do this is if you both know each other's finances.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so if somebody is holding back on the other, it's not going to work, because then let's just say something was to happen to him, you know, and even though let's just say she's self-sufficient, she might not have the resources to take care of the whole household and the children and everything else that comes with it, because she has no idea about their finances.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hello.
Women need to know if you're married, you need to know how much life insurance your husband has. That's just really the bottom line. because as Elena and Michael stated, if something happens to him, and how are you going to take care of the household? I have so many women come in my office that their spouses have died and they don't know how to do anything. I mean,
Yeah.
nothing. They don't know where the money is, the checkbook. They don't know anything. And so, husbands, you need to make sure your husband has an adequate amount of life insurance. Now, if they don't want to get some life insurance, what? Because I do have guys who just, what I normally do is have the couples meet with me together. It makes it a whole lot easier when we do that, because now they're hearing what the ladies are hearing. But if someone doesn't want to get life insurance, what would you say to do on that aspect?
If somebody doesn't want to get life insurance,
They're healthy, but they tell their wife, I don't want to have no life insurance. I don't believe in life insurance. How about
well,
that?
here's the thing. We're healthy for how long? This actually happened to us. This is a great question, Tanya, and I don't even think you know our story.
No, I don't.
Michael looks healthy as a horse, right?
Oh,
And he came down like with just some symptoms, which the doctors thought it was allergy, and it was actually cancer. So he had lymphoma, 26 nodules, and he was stage 4. So guess what? We didn't have life insurance. And so at that moment, we went to get life insurance.